So my presentation is AI in ad creation, innovation, and limitation. And basically, this whatever I mentioned when it comes to creativity, AI generation AI is having its renaissance, and because basically I more think of it like as a controversial duo. So ad creation and AI as a controversial duo, because from one side, it looks like we have endless possibilities and quicker ways of content creation, because now we can generate images, copy, music, and very soon also video, captions. But from the other side, we have the reality, which is we work in marketing, we work in e-commerce. So we also need to think about such thing as creativity, out of the box ideas, brand consistency, and also you need to think about some legal matters as well, and intellectual property. So this is where some things get controversial. So while it's easy to create things with AI that actually can help you with many things, you also need to take into the reality check perspective. That's why and in creative department that we have at Try 47, we always have this struggle: where is it really an innovation that AI is helping us create new ways of how we do our things, or is it actually limiting ourselves? So to do it, we actually had to test. So we tested many creative tools, which tools could help us do faster and better, and which tools made us realize that where we still need some human brain for the successful realization of our campaigns. So for the past few months, we've been busy testing, and we tested many apps, many software that basically it's almost everywhere in all the software that we've been using. So we, for example, paid ChatGPT to do everything basically what we asked it to do. We used Claude for copywriting. We used different services, different tools for graphic design, which is, I don't know, AI functions in Photoshop, generating images with DALL-E or Midjourney, or enhancing our video with beautiful captions, or cutting snippets with Clap. And we did this just to look out our ad creative framework that we do at Tribe, which consists of 4 stages. This is research and ideation, brainstorming, then ad production, and launch and analysis. So together, this 4-step framework creates life cycle that we use for every campaign that we realize at Tribe. So you might be wondering how this framework looks like after we implemented some AI into it. So basically, it looks like this. Not much has changed to the structure of the process itself, but we enhanced some stages that we use it to produce our ads. One step, as you can see, it's still marked as green, which is launch analysis, because we believe there's still work to do, and we still didn't find this sweet spot regarding using AI on this stage. Mostly because for launching, you still need some manual work. You still need to upload all the images, banners, copy, and video, and pass it to the performance marketer. They need to upload it manually to the I don't know, maybe like Meta advertising platform. And when it comes to analysis, we've tested also a few tools to help us with creative analysis. For example, motion, but besides offering beautiful design, beautifully aesthetically pleasing graphs and charts, sometimes for the advanced analytics that we do, they were not helping that much. And the tool itself is got a bit pricey. So let's go one by one through each of these stages to see how AI helps us with in our daily work. So when it comes to research and ideation, it can help us with such things as data gathering, trend identification, findings, and note summary, as well as competitor research, brainstorm sessions when AI serves as assistant, and idea generation as well. So on this stage, we use AI mostly to help us with some manual work. And basically, it saves us some time, because if we want to look for data, we need to go through different reports, different pages, read a lot of things. When we want to find some trends, you need to spend a lot of time in TikTok or Instagram Reels. When you make notes, when you have a brainstorming session, you want to focus actually and be engaged in that session, not making notes on the side. And with this, AI helps us a lot. So basically, it's the step where AI is improving and handling of the manual work. So that's why we can focus our time on higher level strategic thinking. So with this said, with these positive things that AI brings to this stage, we also have some drawbacks. So the things that we should pay attention to, aka AI trust issues, and this could be verifying where the information takes from, because like especially if you work with industries that are sensitive with data, like I don't know, medical businesses, supplements, IT, cybersecurity. There needs to be fact checking, and you cannot just like look for the information and copy paste to what you found. You always need to verify the source. So with this, you need to be quite mindful. When it comes to creativity, idea generation, AI is not very helpful when it comes to original ideas, because it usually follows some common things, and that's why it's a good tool to use as starting point when it can give you some internal thoughts that you can use, but everything that comes up later is basically on you. When you summarize some notes, AI has a tendency to drop some information, especially if there's a lot of information. So sometimes when there's some message that you want to keep, you might find yourself wondering like where the information went. And AI also heavily relies on the available data, which can be also limiting, because basically it doesn't connect the dots. Like when you work on your project, sometimes you can find some links and connection between, I don't know, past projects that you did. You can use your experience. AI simply cannot do that. You need to feed it with some information, a lot of information before to actually get this information. So these are like the most common AI trust issues that you found on this stage. Let's go next. So the next stage is briefing, and where we use AI to help us with is basically brief structure, it's video script flow suggestion, information organization, revision of missing elements, and alignment with campaign goals. So on this stage, with briefing, AI doesn't have that much as because at Try47 we have our own built database of briefs that we use to work with our creative teams. But sometimes we also tend to omit the briefs as well, because our team is they know a lot of things about the campaigns that's going on. So sometimes we just don't need to brief them that much. But with some, for example, external things that we do, we create some flows for the content creators or influencers. With this, AI can help. They can also organize the information, because like if the campaign is very complex, sometimes you might get lost in this. Sometimes you can miss some important elements that you would need to put to the brief. That's why like AI can help you with briefing. So basically here as a summary of this stage, AI helps you structure your insights. It can improve clarity, and it's good for some external purposes. So briefing content creators and influencers. Just like with the other phase, with the other stage, it comes with its trust issues. First of all, sometimes AI is getting lost when the campaign is more complex, when the brief is quite complex. Sometimes the briefs can be overly simplified or incomplete. So you always need to double check if everything that you wanted to put in the brief is there. And sometimes it can miss some personal touch, especially if you're briefing for the people that has like specific tone of voice. Then you would need to feed AI with more information. It doesn't go as quickly, because what I shared in the past stage as well, it tends to oversimplify things. It tends to follow some patterns. So you need to be remembered that if you do something for personal, then you need to also pay attention. Also, AI will never know as much as you know about the brands as you do, because you can think about the client's preferences, some best practices that you use on the projects, some past campaigns that you did, I don't know, 2 years ago, and you can link these things that AI cannot do. Like you would need to import a lot of data to AI, which would sometimes take you even more time to prepare a brief instead of actually doing it yourself. So, like for this stage, when it comes to briefing, you need to fine tune these briefs. You need to like give it to someone else to check if everything is on point and if something is missing. But yeah, like it's a good overall, it's a good use of AI to structure your information to give more clarity. The next stage is ad production, in which and I here I focused on three elements that we do to produce our ads, which is copywriting, graphic design, and video editing. And I'm going to focus now one by one how we use AI in each of these elements of ad preparation. So when it comes to copywriting, it helps us with ad copywriting, copy variations, SEO and keyword integration, as well as tone and voice adjustment, grammar and style check and correction, and headlines and hook inspo generation. Because with some of our clients, we still tend to use the professional copywriter, but there are already cases when we do ad copy, whether it's meta ad copy or PMX ad copy, only with AI. Sometimes you have the situation that you want to test some new angles, you create some variations, and that's why also AI is very helpful, because in seconds it can create many copy variations that are good for testing. When you do blog writing, it can help you with SEO, with putting in important keywords as well. When you have the copy ready, it's also good to check if the tone of voice is coherent with the brand tone of voice. It's basically taking you a few seconds instead of hiring a copywriter and asking to check if this word is in the client's vocabulary, if we can use it or not. So for this, as well as grammar checking and headline inspiration is also good as a starting point, because for headlines, for hooks, we don't usually use everything that AI comes with, because we believe that for this part of copywriting, we still need to look for a copywriter. The hooks don't come like as creative as we wanted. There's no like this emotional element into it. And so this will lead to the professional copywriter, but it can be a good start. So moving to this, we will, like in copywriting step on the ad creation, the trust issues that we found is sometimes the copy lacks unique creative flair that professional copywriters would put. So you can have like some clever wordplay. You can use put some emotions, some context, like some RTMs, references to some movies, to some comics, to music. I think this could be achieved with copywriter with a much more natural way, because AI sometimes can do it, but sometimes it comes up a bit clunky. So it's not always, the copy doesn't come that creative. Also, when you work with copywriting with AI, sometimes it follows some predictable patterns, so you cannot disturb the way how you write copy. There's no enough spontaneity and creativity as well. And also, AI is good in copywriting when you use English language, because as it is trained mostly on English, then in other languages such as Polish, the quality of the copy can be a bit smaller and with less fluency. There are some grammar mistakes, there's some awkward phrasing, so it doesn't look like it was written by a native person. Which goes to the next step of our ad production stage, which is graphic design. And I think this is the most controversial element of using AI, especially that there are already tools that can create graphic from scratch. And what we found the most benefits with AI on this step is, for example, expanding photo, adding missing elements, presenting ideas to the client or the team, idea verification, and inspiration. Because we use greatly a lot of functions with Adobe Photoshop when you have, for example, vertical photo, and you want to do a horizontal banner and some photo is missing. So you basically use AI to expand the photo. You can very quickly add missing elements. I don't know, you have a banner on, I don't know, milkshake, so you can add some fruit, strawberries around in just a few seconds. Sometimes when you're presenting something to the client, you don't need to spend hours on creating the ready illustration or ready banner. Sometimes you just want to show the brief idea on how you would like to go with things. And this is where AI can help you with as well, because it minimizes the time of spending on this, but it can already give some idea on how we want to do things. As well with idea verification. Sometimes when our graphic designers are not clear about some idea that they want to pursue, they basically generate some image and they see if this is worth going into or not. And as well, like for inspiration, I think it's an additional thing to inspirational methods that we do. Like, you know, we use now AI. We also use kind of old ways like searching through Pinterest and so on. But this is a great thing to use as well. It also comes with its trust issues. And here you can find some quotes from our graphic designers that were testing AI with different tools for different needs. And first of all, while AI is good for image generation, it still doesn't work well with text. So the text can be sometimes unreadable, some letters are missing. So if you want to put headlines in the banner, sometimes they don't come out as they were supposed to. You don't also have options for advanced editing. Like in Photoshop, you can add your own elements, you work with layers. And this is also something that's it's limiting the ad banner process. And sometimes even when you have like an idea that requires you more advanced prompting and putting these prompts and generating images sometimes takes you even more time than doing the graphic manually, for example, in Figma. And then, of course, there's the phase of fine-tuning, of feedback from the client, and sometimes it's very difficult to edit what AI already prepared for you. So definitely, sometimes it's more consuming than actual manual work. And sometimes also there are some situations that AI cannot generate something that's already in the prompts. And the thing that we also struggle with is legal things. Some using like stock is our regular thing to do. We use stock bank stocks. What AI takes inspiration from? Is it stealing from these bank stocks? We don't know. That's why we also think that it's kind of morally questionable when using AI especially for paid media. Because if you do this for your personal use, then probably you wouldn't get concerned. But we work for our clients. We want to make sure that everything is legal. And as well as like when you use AI for some more freelancing stuff for your own personal needs, sometimes the fact that AI can create something in an unexpected way can be acceptable. But if you're working according to the brief, according to brand guidelines, sometimes it becomes much more challenging. And yeah, sometimes also you need to adjust your idea to what AI proposes, not the way around. And especially what we were looking in AI would be, for example, to improve our process with reformatting many banners. Because if you do PMAX banners, programmatic banners for each key visual, sometimes you need to spend hours generating 20, 30 different reformats. We used some tools and they were not giving us the outcome that we wanted. Sometimes when we were putting the PSD file from Photoshop, it was just like messing up with the final effects. So yeah, and the last element is video editing and production, which we don't explore that much, especially that the video area, the video generation is still work in progress. ChatGPT is still like not putting the official version of how we want to use this element. So, but we've been already using some of its elements to improve our ad creation. And this can be engaging subtitles, eye correction, video snippets, and auto reframing. Like probably you know these creative, engaging subtitles are everywhere on the internet. We also been using with, for example, Captions AI. This is a great way to give more engagement to your videos. When we work with webinar campaigns, with video invitations, when the speaker records an invitation, so to avoid this situation when they read some text and you can clearly see that the eye is moving from left to right, we use eye correction and this works best. We use also tools to cut our video snippets, the snippets that have the biggest potential for virality. And we can also use it for auto reframing when we have a vertical video and want to quickly make it to square. We also use this. As with copywriting, graphic design, video editing also comes with its issues. And we found that sometimes when you create captions, AI highlights some words that are quite random. Usually there are shorter ways such as it's and but, which are not specifically needed to be highlighted. Sometimes the words disappear quicker than the viewer has a chance to read them. So the flow of the video is a bit disturbed. And sometimes the clips that the tool cuts for us, they are not actually interesting to watch. So with some of these things said, that it's still a good use of video because like significantly enhances our video quality, greatly reduces manual editing time because editing the video, adding captions, eye corrections with traditional tools such as Premiere Pro or After Effects would take much more time. So what's the conclusion of this short presentation? Basically, the thing is that when we create different ads, we want them to be creative. We want them to be outstanding. We want them to be something different. That's why AI helps us with the process of reducing the time that we would probably spend on the things that can be already fixed by AI. But when it comes to some more creativity thinking, brainstorming, and so on, then probably we still would need some human help. So ultimately, the verdict, the solution, it's about this, that yes, AI significantly simplifies our work, provides ideas, sometimes generates specific elements that you can use. However, if you want to create a polished, unique brand that truly impresses, then AI simply cannot replace the entire creative team, the creative strategist, the copywriter, graphic designer, video editor. So AI can speed up many processes, but human ability for unconventional thinking is, in our opinion, still irreplaceable. Thank you very much.